Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Simone here, and today is another exciting video. This one today is going to be the Wheel chooses my Mental Healthathon TBR. So I am going to have another video next week that will be my normal May TBR. However, as you all know, I'm a co-host for the Mental Healthathon, which is going to take place between the 1st and 31st of May, and the aim of the game is to read books that are about mental health or that feature characters with a mental health illness. And I am going to today be trying to fit, I'm going to do 8 spins, try and fit them all with the prompts. If any of the spins do not correlate with a mental healthathon prompt, I'm probably just going to roll again because there's no point. I'm going to do a normal TBR next week. So yes, we're going to try our best and see which books I'm going to read. I have a list of the books that I'm hoping to get to, so I'm going to try and fit those on here, and obviously some of them, like the group book, I've got basically one book that I can pick. So yeah, I'm going to try my best to get them all on here, but yeah, let's start with spin number 1. Oh fuck's sake, really? Okay, so spin number 1 is a reread. So I'm going to now try and think of a reread of a book I actually own that was about mental health, so bear with me. Okay, so I had to think, because I don't keep books, which is one problem with the whole reread thing, but I do have a book that I own on audiobook that I really want to read, and that is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This one was actually one of the host picks last year for Mental Healthathon. This I have, obviously, like I said, this is one of my favourite books. I absolutely love this. It's a YA fantasy, so I'm going to be reading this for the YA prompt. And like I said, I'm going to be listening to it on audiobook. This follows 6 misfits or outcasts who are essentially banded together, and they have to try and do a heist basically to retrieve a hostage, and I absolutely love this book. So yeah, this is definitely going to be book 1. I'm actually kind of excited. I did not intend on reading this was not on my list, but I think it's going to be a fun one. Okay, spin number 2. Okay, so the second spin is going to be, it's going to be A to Z. Okay, so when I get A to Z, that basically means that I'm going to go to a random letter generator and pick, and it will tell me a letter, and then I have to read a book where the author's name starts with a C. Can be first or last name. So, what letter we got, AJ?
We have C.
Okay, we have a C. So, I'm going to have a think and see if any of the books I initially wanted to read actually have an author name with a C. So for my Learn More prompt, I have a Kindle book called Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher, and so Carrie, obviously with a C. Carrie Fisher, I believe this is a memoir of hers, and she lived with bipolar disorder. She sadly has passed away now, but I don't know very much about bipolar at all, and so this is why I want to include it as my Learn More, because I want to, I want to learn more about it and kind of figure out a bit more. And I also want to read a bit more about Carrie Fisher's life, because I don't know too much about her, other than that she played Princess Leia. So yes, that is going to be my second spin. Okay, so now we are on to spin number 3. Okay, so what is it going to be? Oh no, okay, it's going to be a big book, which I won't lie, I was hoping was not going to come up. But let me have a look and see what I'm going to go with. Okay, so I'm actually really excited because the book that I wanted to read for the newest prompt, so the newest book on my TBR, or the newest mental health book on my TBR, was It's Not Okay to Feel Blue and Other Lies by Scarlett Curtis, or curated by Scarlett Curtis. And this book is 550 pages, so it is a big book. It's over 500 pages, which is what I count as a big book. So I'm going to read this one, and you know how much I've wanted to read this one. I've been talking about it for ages. So yeah, very excited that this one came up. Okay, so for the 4th spin, okay, we are going to have... Okay, so it's a new to me author, which fits perfectly with the group book, which is A Million Pieces of Nina Gill by Emma Smith Barton, who I've never read a book by before. I don't really know too much about it. I know that it talks a lot about mental health in general. It is the book that Nicole picked as the group book for us to read, and I'm really excited to get to it. She's only raved about it. I know how much she loved reading it last year, so I don't really want to know too much else about it, but I am really looking forward to picking it up. Okay, so now we're halfway through, so spin number 5 is going to be my lowest rated book. So for this one, I'm going to go on my Goodreads, I'm going to look for my lowest rated book, I'm going to order them, and I'm going to pick the lowest rated book that has mental health representation, as far as I know, in it. Okay, so for this one, it is the lowest rated book that I know of that's got mental health representation in it. However, it's not a very low rated book. There are loads that were lower than this one. However, I don't know if a lot of the ones I have that are lower, I don't think have mental health representation as far as I know. A lot of them are kind of like thrillers, which I don't tend to know a lot of the stuff in there. But the one that came up is Wild Like Me by Louise Pentland, which I'm actually really excited to read. This is Louise, there used to be Sprinkle of Glitter, but Louise is a YouTuber who I adore. She's a mummy vlogger and I absolutely love her. And she has this is a trilogy, well this is the first one in the trilogy, and I am so excited to read this. This follows Robin Wilde, who is a single mum to a little girl, and she suffers with kind of, well, the way it describes it in the book is that she, things sometimes feel grey and lonely, and I know that that kind of then talks about whether it's like mummy blues, that kind of thing, or if it's like postpartum depression, that kind of thing. I'm really interested in reading this though, and yeah, I'm glad that this one's made it to the list. I'm going to be reading this one for the oldest mental health book on my shelf, because it is definitely one of the oldest ones that I have on my shelf. I've had this book for years, so yeah, this is definitely one of them, and I'm really looking forward to picking this up. Okay, so we are now on to spin number 6, and so we are going to get Nonfiction, which is perfect because one of the prompts that I haven't yet done is nonfiction. So the nonfiction book that I wanted to read for this readathon is Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. Matt Haig is amazing. I follow him on Twitter. I absolutely love him. He's done a lot for mental health awareness. He talks about mental health all the time. This book, it says, rates of stress and anxiety are rising. A fast, nervous planet is creating fast and nervous lives. We are more connected yet feel more alone. How can we stay sane on a planet that makes us mad? How do we stay human in a technological world? How do we feel happy when we're encouraged to be anxious even? And I believe Matt Haig has suffered a lot with panic attacks, etc. And so I think this is just like short little excerpts of things. So like, for example, this one says 5 reasons to be happy you're a human and not a sentient robot. What people on social media think of social media. How to be happy. Like, there's loads of different bits and pieces in here, but I'm really excited and I've heard amazing things. I've read Matt Haig's one of his fiction books, but I've never read his non-fiction, so yeah, cannot wait for this one. Okay, so we have 2 spins left, and I have a green cover and I have the host pick, so let's hope that I can fit them into those 2 categories. So spin number 7 is going to be, oh, I'm nervous. Okay, it's going to be a thriller, which does actually fit quite nicely. So a book that I am really excited to read, but that is huge, is a green cover book, and this one is The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest by Stieg Larsson, which is the 3rd and final book in the Millennium Trilogy, or the original trilogy of the series. I loved the first 2 books in this series. I've been wanting to read this for a long time. It is a green cover. It is massive, and it's also following some other pretty big books in here. This is, how big is this book? 750 pages, which, I mean, I'm really excited to read it, don't get me wrong, but it is huge. But I am also, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Who knows? It could be fun. And I'm not going to say what this one's about, because I mean, I don't know what this particular one is. The series in general is about Lisbeth Salander, who is amazing, and I love her, and I'm not going to say anything else, but yeah, I love this. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have our last spin, and the last spin Is the host pick going to fit for this one? Who knows? Okay, so the last spin is going to be no. No, it's not. No, I'm going to have to spin again because this one is second chance, and I obviously haven't given any of these a second. I've read both, so I've read my host pick and I've read Victoria's host pick, and I haven't yet read Nicole's, but I haven't once tried to read it, so it can't count as second chance. So let's give it another go, because I actually don't know which the reason. Otherwise I would just tell you which one I'm going to read, but I don't actually know which of the three I want to read. So let's try again. Okay, we have highest rated, which, although doesn't normally work, I'm going to see which of the three has the highest rating, and I'm going to read that one. So my host pick is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, and that one has a 4.3 rating. Victoria's host pick is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, which has a 3.97 rating. And then Nicole's host pick is The Stranger on the Bridge by Johnny Benjamin, which has a 4.09 rating. So the highest rated of the three is my host pick. So I guess I'm going to be rereading Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, and I'm completely fine with that. I thought that was a good little joke there. Did you like that?
I was going to groan with that now. Oh.
Anyway, so that's what I'm going to read for the host pick. As I said, I'm going to be doing another TBR video that will be coming out next week, I believe. That is just going to be my normal May TBR. And I will try and read some more mental health books in there. So some of the others that maybe I was going to read but didn't come up. Yeah, but I will obviously... I'm very excited. The books I have got, the ones I have here, I'm excited to read. Oh, that's not the right way around, is it? So the ones I have here, I'm really excited to read. I'm quite nervous because there is some quite big ones here. And on top of these 5, there's 3 books on my Kindle. Yeah, is that right? However, as I said, I'm also going to be reading other books next month. So yeah, I'm really looking forward actually to these. I quite liked the fact, so originally I was just going to do a normal Mental Healthathon TBR. But I thought actually I'm going to do it as a wheel because I think it would just give me a little bit of like excitement to find out what I'm going to read. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these. Let me know in the comments down below what books you're going to be reading for Mental Healthathon. Are you taking part? I'd love to know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you next time for another one. Bye guys!